Our main question in this video is, what is good character? So the video is not all about Marvel specifically, but we'll use Captain America and Loki as illustrations of good and bad character. The past 2 decades of corporate scandals like Enron, Lehman Brothers, Merck Pharmaceuticals, and now Elizabeth Holmes and Theranos, not to mention Hydra. Well, these corporate crises have taught us that the problems we face today, especially in the workplace, are not the result of a shortage of things like intelligence, vision, charisma. These problems can be traced back to a shortage of good character. I'm going to use Captain America and Loki as examples, and you can think about how you relate to them. So let's break this down into parts to keep it simple. Plain old character describes the way a person thinks, feels, and behaves. Character is on the inside, but you demonstrate it through your actions. As many people have said, character describes how you live your life when nobody is watching. Maybe you live your life well, maybe not. In either case, the way you live your life and the actions you take, especially when nobody is watching, indicates your character. The phrase good character typically is said about a person who lives their life in a way that is guided by a core set of admirable virtues. These virtues or qualities are essentially part of who they are. When leaders demonstrate good character, they often command the respect of their followers and sometimes even the respect of their adversaries. The key, however, is that a person with good character lives their life this way, even if it costs them opportunity, money, friends, or even their well-being. The first layer of good character is demonstrated by how you engage with others. Captain America has lots of virtues. He's trustworthy, respectful, fair, compassionate, loyal, honest, grateful, gracious, and forgiving. Fans look at Captain America and they see he has a consistent track record of acting this way and treating other people this way. And he stands out because he's really the only Marvel movie hero who doesn't have what we call an obvious character flaw. Tony Stark, who plays Iron Man, admits to being a bit boozy and narcissistic. Ant-Man used to be a burglar. Wanda Maximoff held a whole town as her neurological captives. But Captain America is true blue to these core virtues. And the flip side of the story is that good character also means not demonstrating a history of doing the opposite of these qualities. Loki has been dishonest, disloyal, ungrateful, unforgiving, and all the others on countless occasions. And then he has the guts to ask Thor, his brother, "You still don't trust me?" Thor would be foolish to trust him. It's true that Loki does have other positive qualities. Does Loki have, for example, intelligence, vision, and charisma? Absolutely he does. People might even eventually forgive Loki of his faults, but it'd be a long time before they really trust him. He does not yet have good character. And that's probably why Loki makes fun of Captain America more than anyone else. They are on opposite ends of the moral continuum. The second layer to good character is less obvious. It's more about our inner qualities. This is how you live your life when you're not directly interacting with other people. People probably would not notice these things about you at first. It usually takes time. On the inside, Captain has integrity, meaning he's whole or internally undivided. He takes responsibility. He has self-control, courage, fortitude. We see Captain America, Steve Rogers, get up over and over again in the face of adversity, even before he became a superhero. And after he gets his powers, he demonstrates enormous self-control, restraint, and calm, even when everybody else is freaking out. He's courageous. He never stays down in a fight. He never quits, even if it costs him everything. Loki's just the opposite. He's a coward. He sneaks away. He's impulsive and never takes responsibility for his actions. Granted, we're viewers and we can see this happening on the screen, but in our lives, qualities like this are more internal. Over time, people might notice these aspects of our good character when it's reflected in these small and often silent decisions that you make every day as you do things like face your fears and push forward, even though you're exhausted, when you hold your peace instead of yelling at somebody, and you live by an undivided moral compass. This is one of the reasons we admire successful people even more when we find out they have difficult backgrounds. When I hear the backstories of people like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Oprah Winfrey, or Keanu Reeves, I think, wow, they have some grit, some strength of character to overcome all that they have to get where they are today. That's similar to why Steve Rogers was selected to take the super serum in the first place. If you don't know the story, Dr. Abraham Erskine said that Steve Rogers had good character and compassion. Other people were not looking for character and they overlooked Steve Rogers. But Dr. Erskine saw that he had good character and that was the missing ingredient that would make the super serum work the way it was intended, to amplify his physical strength and his moral strength. Another question is, where does good character come from? Helen Keller once wrote, "Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience and trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved." There's nothing quick or easy about developing character. I would add to Keller's quotation that good character can be instilled in us through our parents or other kinds of role models, but it is ultimately rooted in our own unwavering commitment to live by a moral code, especially when we're tested. And that's Captain America's secret. That's why he can say to Bucky, "I'm with you to the end of the line." Captain has shown that he's committed to moral principles even when tested. Loki, in contrast, he's failed every test. He's betrayed and lied to everybody who has ever tried to love him. So what does the concept of character not include? Well, it's not your public image, reputation, or personal brand. Those all depend upon the perception of others. And it's possible that your good character over the long run will be noticed and maybe even admired by other people. But many people with good character have paid a price for it. Captain America was in hiding for a while for standing up for what he believed in. Question of the day, who do you know in your life who has good character? Who do you look up to in that way? Maybe they can inspire you to make a commitment to live by higher virtues. Until next time, thanks, God bless, and I will see you soon.